Spent most of the day at the administration building demanding to see the president. As News 12's Susan Jellig reports, they have a list of demands they want addressed.
This group of Black and Latino students made their presence known at Adelphi University's administration building Wednesday afternoon. Referring to University President Dr. Peter Diamandopoulos, a spokesman for the students, say they want to discuss 4 items with the president. One is the Higher Educational Opportunities Program, which helps disadvantaged students and which they say is being phased out. Another is the establishment of a separate fund for minority scholarships. They also say the head of the African American Studies Department is not for the students and possibly should be replaced. And they want a Minority Affairs Department established to make sure minorities are being treated fairly. The Vice President and Dean of Student Life and Development told the students the president would meet with them Thursday morning, but the students demanded more. The students here say it's a matter of principle. They wanted a guarantee that the university president would meet with them, and they stood fast to that demand.
We're prepared to allow students to peacefully assemble, but we're not prepared at any time to allow the university's processes, its educational mission, which is why we're all here, to be in any way interfered with.
University officials say the students' demands were vague and the administration did not have them in writing.
My demands and the students' demands are not vague. There are pertinent issues that need to be discussed and want the president to address us and discuss them with us.
The students say they just want to talk to the university's president because they got nowhere dealing with others in the administration. Susan Jellig, News 12, Long Island.
Adelphi's president says he will meet with the students tomorrow morning at 11.
Long Island's Black and Jewish communities and universities say they'll continue protesting until minority programs are acceptable at their school. The students camped out outside the university administration building Wednesday night, demanding to talk to the school's president about new policies affecting minorities. Students got their wish yesterday, but after meeting with university president Peter Diamandopoulos, they say he doesn't care. Diamandopoulos says that's not true.
I found the students reasonable, pertinently critical of what education is doing for them or is not doing for them, not only here but beyond that, and I feel very proud of our students.
They're not even paying attention to us. He makes us feel, I don't even know what's the use of this. He's not even answering our questions, just going around about it. That's all he's doing.
Well, among the students' complaints, the phasing out of financial help for a 5-year Afro-American and Latino study programs at Adelphi. A 1-year general studies program is taking its place.
Big mouth. I'm about to go outside.
He wanted to discuss something that was getting to him. And as president of APO, it's my place to have an outlet for people who have things that are on their mind. Whether or not I agree or disagree, it's my place to give the students a chance to speak. So I'm hoping Lawrence doesn't cause commotion here tonight, but we're going to give him a chance to speak. Lawrence? Excuse me, before we start, I'd like to announce that Sheila, secretary, she's going to be sort of parliamentarian mediator, so everyone gets a brief chance to speak, but please, no interruptions.
I would like to apologize for the inconvenience to the students. To everybody, we just having a few problems between APO and I because there was a miscommunication. So I'd like to apologize to APO and the students. And in respect to APO, on the fly it had mentioned rally. That will not be discussed in the meeting. It is up to the students whether it will be discussed or whatever. I will not bring that up. That is not the topic here tonight. The topic here tonight is things that are affecting the African and Latino students on this campus that many of us are not aware of. And that's why I wanted to call you so we can discuss those things, create dialogue, and perhaps find a solution to it afterwards. All right? I'm going to address and give you all in my own view of the facts. All right? It's up to y'all to go and examine, Okay, first issue. HEOP was HEOP. All right. One of the problems that I had with HEOP is that because I interviewed the president, me and Chuck Green, and the president said, and I quoted him, that he was going to phase out HEOP. Because he felt that HEOP sort of put the students under this little tutelage, and it wasn't really competing with the rest of the students. It wasn't really involved. They could run to, Dr. Butler and whoever. You know what I mean? Under them, like a little baby, and a mother and his chicken. Okay. So that was one problem here. The second problem, and I felt, excuse me.
Sorry. I think the students need to know exactly what HEOP is and what it means.
Yeah.
Well, first of all right. HEOP is Higher Education Opportunity Program. All right. And it funds.
It serves for students who are academically and financially disadvantaged. Okay, doesn't necessarily gear towards a particular ethnic group, but as it turns out, the HEOP, Higher Education Opportunity Program, here at Adelphi University is majorly populated, heavily populated by supposed quote-unquote minorities, meaning African and Latin Americans. Now that's what Lawrence wants to gear towards, exactly the problem, what has happened with organizations. Many of you have known as far as like admitting for the sophomores and for the freshmen that are here now, okay, there is no sort of financial assistance or real financial assistance for you guys, okay? It's a shame because at these times, we are definitely economically disadvantaged, okay? So that's what the organization is, that's what it was. And we're going to speak about what is going on at this moment. What had happened.
One of the things that came about in the discussion before is that why did I wait until now to do this? Well, I've been trying to initiate this for a while for the Black and Latino students, but nobody seemed to cooperate. Nobody seemed to care because a lot of us are new transfers, etc. And it doesn't, it doesn't matter to you because you didn't really affect it. But the students that were involved in this program, it affected them a lot. All right. Right now we have this puppet in charge of, what's her name? Powerless. She's like a puppet, So what I would like to do is I would like to bring to the administration a proposal of HEOP and actually have a forum with Dr. Hood, who's in charge of the African Studies Department, which we will discuss further, and perhaps have a forum with Evanopoulos, the president, and Dean Ryan, who's in charge of the students, who's a student head. I believe that he should discuss this. I believe we should hold a forum and he should tell us what the hell is going on from his words. Okay, whether that libel him for another suit against another student, I don't care. But I want to know what's going on with HEOP, and I want to know from their words, and I think everybody in here should know what's going on. And I think we should care about everybody that was involved in that organization, because in the long run, it affects us all. Because if they phase out HEOP, inevitably, they're going to phase out the Black and Latino students. Because a lot of those students that come in here and that are successful today have gone through that program. You see what I'm saying? We have not had that benefit, but others have. And I think we need to start caring about one another. That's one agenda.
No, let me ask you something. For the students that were already in the HEOP program before they start to phase out, are they still getting any type of benefits? Do you know, Johnny?
Yeah, some of us are still receiving the aid as far as like finances are concerned. It's not the same as it was before because we're not given the same attention or the same priority that we were at one time because we had a strong administration. Now what it is that we have somebody that we've never come close with, that we never formed a sort of trust with, who is running this organization. So now what they're doing, since they took out our foundation, our spiritual, financial, academic, all that foundation, we don't go down there. So it is, in a sense, they're not implementing the same type of help like they did when we first came in.
One of the things that was mentioned to me earlier is that, Lawrence, where's your facts? Okay? The president said to me, he said, Lawrence, I'm going to phase out because of everything I said before, that I said earlier. I have letters from Dr. Butler that the president wrote to Dr. Butler stated that this program was great, that this program was this, and was that. That's my proof for HEOP. That's my proof for that.
Okay. What were some of the basic facts given for the creation of the program?
He said, I can only quote him. It didn't really sound too good to me.
Okay, did he write it down on paper? Because if whatever he says and it's not written down and signed
That's
by
the whole
him,
point of forum.
is
That's why we're having this meeting.
hearsay.
That's why we're having this meeting.
Okay, now I was to understand that one of the reasons given that was written down for the phasing out of the program was, and it may be true and it may not be, was the low academic achievement of the students in here. And that should be brought up too.
Yes, he said.
Jennifer,
That's what happened.
well, I was one of the students that was supposed to come in here last year, which they cut it 3 weeks before I entered the school. And they told me when I tried to have a meeting with Adelphi, but he didn't come, but he sent representatives. And he said he just didn't benefit Adelphi, and that's why they wanted to cut it out. So we like benefit half, they said they didn't benefit all around. And that was their reason to me, as a student who was accepted into the program, who was cut out of it, who couldn't get into another school because it was too late, most schools don't go involved in that mission. And that was my reason, not to go anywhere else, and they would write me a letter to get in here anywhere else, but I just couldn't get into it here. So it just wasn't beneficial to Adelphi.
I think that this university just doesn't want wants HOP to dissolve because they want this university to become Ivy League and therefore excluding so-called minority students. There's many programs like NOAA, you probably don't know what that is, and Hofstra and Stony Brook. These programs work successfully, and they help us, further black students to become, professionals, later on in life. This university just doesn't want that to happen, and I think that's, and I think we should support, freshmen, that want to come in under HOP, that don't have financial assistance that they needed, and that's something we should do. Aaron?
Okay, I have been a HEOP student since 1986, and I've graduated under HEOP. And basically, we're being used as guinea pigs because when Adelphi needed to fill up their $1.5 million, it was federally funded by the government through those aids. They are still getting the aid. So they can cover up all kinds of stuff, but you have to check your facts, as they say.
Okay. I just want to expand on your point, because it was a very good point. The fact that, excuse me, let me say that the HEOP program was very successful because it produced such leaders as Johnny, myself, Harriet, Jose, Gillian. People that were very outspoken, because when we came in, we had that family structure that said, listen, you stand up for what you believe in and don't compromise what you believe in for anything or anybody. And that's what they're afraid of, the fact that with knowledge comes power, and they want to keep us ignorant.
Eva, I just have a question. I'm not too clear. Like when you said you were supposed to come in under HEOP and they canceled the program.
I was accepted in HEOP.
But do you still get the financial?
I don't get anything, no financial. No tutoring, no financial aid, no nothing. 3 weeks before I was moved into some session, they cut it.
In 3 years, Demo said to me, he said in 3 years, he wants HEOP to be off his campus. In 3 years, in the next 3 years, he doesn't want to HEOP. That's one of the last people out of the program. He said after that, there's no more. And he said after a couple of years, he's going to ask the government to give him those funds, even though it's not a program, because he did it in California. This is what he said. He's up front.
The problem is that I believe that there's something being done about the HEOP program, even though we don't see it on campus. But the problem with the quote-unquote minority students on campus is that they wait till the last minute to do something about it because they look at it as in, it doesn't affect me, so I'm not gonna, like, whoever's not in here will say, well, it doesn't affect me, whoever's in here, they're gonna take care of that. And that's why the administration attacks all the minority students on campus, because that's where they divide us. They're like, well, the people that are gonna complain are the HEOP students. We'll just put them on the side. We don't need to worry about them.
as long as it doesn't arouse a lot of commotion and all the minority students on campus get involved in it, we can take care of it. It's too late. It's kind of too late for all of us to get together and do something about the HIAP program on campus because it's being taken care of on a legal basis. You understand what I'm saying?
One of the things, as a result of that, I spoke to Dr. Butler. What I want to do for Latino and Black students on campus, that I think that there should, as a result of this, I think there should be other programs, tutorial, etc. programs that support all Black students. There should be a program on this campus that we all could go to and be supported. I think it also should be a scholarship fund, just like on every private, state, university, or college, there's a minority scholarship fund. All right? Nowhere in Adelphi do we have a minority scholarship. Nowhere.
Yes, we do. We have fellowships and assistantships that comes in on the liberal arts. I just found this out the other day for graduate as well as undergraduate students. The reason why you all don't see it because they don't tell you in financial aid until you hear it from Washington, till you hear it from the Board of Education, you will never know.
No, they have some things that you have to search for. But I'm talking about a scholarship fund that students with academic status can specifically go to and say, boom, I want to apply for this. Like they do with other schools who get a grade from that. They do not have this. Yet they have successful, prestigious alumni that they have not sought out individually to seek and say, why don't you give these certain funds away? Why don't you get us to a Black Scholarship Fund? They have not done. They have two prestigious, wealthy trustees on the Adelphi board who they have not. I'm talking about one whose wife is the editor-in-chief of the Amsterdam News, who they have not gone to and say, why don't we start a scholarship fund? We do not have. Sure, they have these little placement things where you can go and get a scholarship. We're talking about scholarship based for the university that will give a certain percentage of funds to minority students.
And also, I'd like to add, for the club leaders, we have a responsibility too. Maybe we can start off small with our own club tutoring programs, or use some of that money out of our budget to put together, have APO, like Uni Latina, Caribbean Club, Cala, put out a little bit of money together and have a scholarship for somebody. It's not possible.
The thing with that is that according to Debbie Hyman and UC 109, we cannot use funds given to you by Scott or Motion to give scholarships. If you have an event and you charge, whatever money we get as profit, we can put towards it, but you can't take it out of the budget.
Okay, so any event that we charge for. All right, so Johnny?
Okay, for instance, like exactly what Eva just said just now. We have an event that you have to pay to come in. Okay, then we use those funds to benefit us, or to, even if it doesn't benefit us, if it benefits another supposed minority student. We can't be thinking only of ourselves. That's what the struggle is. That's why you have student leaders. I mean, HEOP students now already got over through the obstacles. We know how to take care of ourselves. We know how to go, how the system works, and we know how to go up. Other students, sophomores and freshmen, they may know, but there's a good percentage of they don't know where to go, what to do. The Republic doesn't usually come out and assist you. They only assist you 9 to 12 or 9 to 1, then from 2 to 5. After that, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow. Okay? That wasn't the case with our program. We need to reinstate something like that. I feel it's a cultural responsibility to have something like that for the rest of the supposed minority students. I already have what I need to get me up there. I can just say right now, well, the hell with y'all, I got what I want, see ya. Wouldn't want to be here, because I'm not gonna care. But Umoja is having a ball. They're gonna have a ball next semester. This is just plans that were spoken at Umoja meetings just before. We're having plans to have Umoja. Now I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Umoja is. No? Okay. Kim, can you briefly, because
Umoja is the mother organization over all of the minority clubs on campus, Union Latina, Caribbean Club, APO, Caliber, Christian Fellowship, and NAACP. And we basically, I'm the chairperson, this is my co-chair Nellie. We basically allocate funds to the different organizations for the events like Black Solidarity Day, Kwanzaa, Parents Night, Hispanic Celebration, and those, Latino Celebration, and those Thursday night parties that y'all go to every week. We're the ones footing the bill for it. But what we decided was we need to start giving back to the students, exactly what Lauren said. We got to start giving back and make sure that you guys stay here. So we're setting up a scholarship fund. It's called the Umoja Scholarship Fund, and anyone will be eligible to apply for these scholarships, and we're going to have different events throughout the year that we're going to charge for. But the thing is, you're charging, but you're going to get it back, or someone you know is going to get it back, or someone deserving is going to get it back. So look out for the event.
Scholarship fund which will benefit us. You guys heard about it, so if you got time to plan now. The dates will be posted. Advertising and public relations will all be taken care of. In essence, let's support our own. Because if we support our own, it's that whole concept of the money circulating back to us. Whether it may not come directly to me, to you, or to others, but it's circulating to your community. And if you care about your community, and you are all about this, this, and this, then you wouldn't mind that your $4 or your $3 went to somebody else. But it is your own. Okay? Support all your all other Umoja organizations. La Unión Latina, NAACP. La Unión Latina is having next Friday is having International Latino Celebration. Go support it. Even though you may not know how to dance Spanish music, even though it may be the case that it's different. Go ahead, try it. Try it. It's not going to hurt. We got to diversify our minds anyway. Okay? Let me see. What other events that are coming up? Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa's coming up. And the tribute to Malcolm X, which is coming December 3rd, sponsored by NAACP, in coherence with which is getting help from the other Umoja organizations. Whether it be through money, whether it be through manual help, we're still helping our own. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that we want to take care of.
Yeah, one question I wanted to ask was, what did APO and La Unión Latina and Caliber do for the incoming freshmen? Because when I came in as a freshman, we had what was the name of that? The APO got together and welcomed personally every freshman that came up, every minority freshman. And La Unión Latina was also present, and also Caliber. And what we did was we got together, and when I first came in, I met all the upperclassmen, and the upperclassmen took us aside and said, okay, this is how we do it here. This is some of the problems that you're going to face. And that's what needs to be done. I see now, and this is the first time I've been on campus in a long while, and I'm walking on campus and I know people don't even know where the bulletin board, where the meeting is supposed to take place. They don't know about that. They don't know that there's a movie on Tuesday night. I don't go to the school anymore, and I knew. And I'm sitting there and I said, oh, there's a movie, and they're going to ask me where, when. I mean, this is crap. Look, no, but for those of you who don't know me, I fought for a lot of things that you all are giving up. And I am out of it. Okay, you all are giving it up.
Giving it up.
And right now, if you all don't fight for your rights, it hurts me. You know why? Because I spent many sleepless nights and many aggravating days on this campus dealing with administration to make things better for those people who are coming. Okay? And now I come back and I see you all sitting here in this group dealing with something that I dealt with long before, and you all didn't even think about asking anybody what went on. I mean, that's crap. No, oh, you mean that's not true? Who said that's not true? Okay, what did you do, and what did you do to educate? Are you freshmen?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't blame you.
Hold on, Lawrence wanted to speak and then Richard.
Yeah. I just want to say that it's all good, and I think that we should support the Cubs. But one thing, the Cubs can't give us so many of us scholarships. The university can get as many alumni that we have. Every one of us, if we keep a 3.0, we can get a scholarship. We should be able to do this. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. It's the administration that lost $150,000 because somebody in the somebody, the head of the African Studies Department didn't know what to do with it. Okay? That's one fact. Okay? $150,000, he didn't know nothing, he didn't know what to do with that money, or what he should do, or what he should do, where he should put it here, or should he put it there. Dr. Hood, but we'll get into that later. We're trying to make family, because we jumping off. I think we should support our clubs and boom, boom, boom. We should.
Now
but
is not the time we have emergency.
We jumping off the bump.
And our time is limited.
That's right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, because we going bumping off some road somewhere else we don't supposed to be going. I think that we should, right now what we should be discussing is that we should force the administration, give them a proposal, and make them establish a scholarship fund. And make them address this here. I didn't say bring here back. We're not really talking about it because none of us understand it. Let them address it to us. We are concerned students. There are lawsuits and boom, 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 fine. I want to know about it though. And I want to know about, and I want to know why brothers and sisters who was in that program are no longer in that program and why they're fading out. I want to know this. I want the president to say this in a forum with all of you there. And I think that's important.
Let me ask you might not know. Can I just say this one thing? Because it's two. You might not know, but everyone who does get a 3.0 does get
Yeah.
and it does get a scholarship. Because I have many friends who have 3.0 and it's automatic.
Sister, Eva, we talking about big bucks. We talking about some big bucks here. That this school can establish a scholarship fund. We talking about big bucks. We talking about no $2,000 here and there. We talking about big bucks fronting 50-60% of our bill. There are schools. There are schools in white university, private university, where the many black and Latino students they have here, more 75% of them getting black and minority scholarship funds. Here we are, we paying $17,000, and we get $3,000 from some financial aid.
Will this proposal be written by you, or will it be compiled by students?
The reason of this was to throw out the things that I have on my mind. But what I want to do is, I want to get a proposal from everybody here. What you think that this university should do? Should we have a clubhouse for all the minority students? I don't mind. I don't mind at all. That we can go hang out ourselves. I don't care. And I have no problem with that. And I think if that's possible, if it's a reality, then let's do that. That should be on the proposal. You see what I'm saying? And the point of it all is this. You see, we can come up with all this garbage and say, we want this, we want this. But we don't do certain things that will hurt the university, like do something on the day where they have a parents' day and all the students come, prospective students, like what would happen Saturday. Well, we had a demonstration on Saturday, it would have scared the hell out of the administration, we would have got things done. You see what I'm sorry, Sunday. Okay? Something would have happened. Even when we made a proposal before that day and we were threatening, that's what we need to do, threaten them. Excuse me. We need to threaten them, and I bet you on something like that, they'll make some change. Because I threaten the administration every day when y'all don't know about, and I say, well, they behind me. Y'all not behind me, but that's and they do it. Afrika Unbound is here. Excuse me. I lost a scholarship that I won't get next semester because Dean Ryan, because we publicized this, which a lot of people didn't read in the paper, okay, about the HEOP, about this plot for Ivy League to phase out the black students. I lost my scholarship because my scholarship was coming from Lackman, which Dean Ryan, who's in charge of students, would write a letter to them saying, I think he should get a scholarship. I won't get that next semester because he's mad because I have come out with this. You see what I'm saying? I won't get that. But I'm willing to make a sacrifice. I'm willing to put my ass on the line if everybody else is here. But I'm not going to make no more demands if not everybody in here is behind me. I'm tired of doing it. I'm tired of losing out. I'm tired of putting time in the newspaper doing this and that when students are not behind. We need to get together. All of us are here. This is the majority of the Latino and black students on campus. It's right. It's time to do something right now. And stop talking.
All right, let me give it to Natalia.
I guess I'll leave my question then. When is the protest going to be?
Well, excuse me, I don't
know. Well, I think we should discuss this. All right. First of all,
Are we? No. Center for African American Studies. Anybody know about that? No. What? Wait. No. This is really, really bad, okay? Because there is supposed to be some type of communication between the Center for African American Studies and all African American and Latino students here. We don't see that. Second point, if you're going to rally, you know what you're rallying for. Because I see here, Thursday night was one example. They will tell you, some brothers here who are responsible for the UC, they know who they are, okay? We fought. I stood up at that door. I went to Dean Rhines. I went to Crawford. We all sat there, got stuff from them in writing, sat for days, missed class, missed tests, just to go sit there to get a party from 9 to 1. And these brothers say because the party was whack, I don't care if Richard was the DJ or not, okay? They told a white guy who is no other than my friend there, what's his name there at the door? Lou. He's very rude to close the party down. Close the party down. This is what black folks have fought for. You understand? I did not waste my time to come here 5 years and here another 6 years for graduate school and see the same bullshit happening. It really irks me. You see, the same racism stuff. Eddie Hall has been known for racism. Confront these problems now. Get everything in writing. If you're going to rally, organize. Let the students know their rights and what to do and what not to do. It's very important.
Exactly. And like what you're saying, hold on, I just want to make one point. There is this teacher I had in freshman year, used to make racist comments about the students, used to call women bitches all the time, right? And I went to complain about this teacher. And they told me, they said, well, you're the only one that complained. Ain't nobody else complaining. He used to talk about black men raping their children and sex starved and, all that kind of stuff. And this day, years later, like 4 years later, he's still teaching the same stuff. Why? Because people are afraid to speak up. They don't want to use their rights to speak up.
Excuse me, APO, I did not bring up rallies, but I'm now going to discuss it now. First of all, I don't think that we should be sitting around here talking about racism. Okay, because it's going to be here, brothers and sisters. As long as y'all here on this earth, it's going to be racism. You got to know that now. This rally is not to, racism, and we want to get rid of racism. It's not about that. It's to create policies that will ensure our existence on this campus. That's all I care about. I care that all of us are here. I don't care about nothing because we're going to have to face racism. We have to come together and combat it the best way we can. But it's going to be here.
You're here, but how you?
Okay? As long as we're here. Okay? Now, about the rally. All right? If we're going to do it, because it's organized. It's organized. As in terms of the issue. I think they should be, let me just throw this over. The scholarships, it should be scholarships. Even if it was just those two, that's good enough for me. You see what I'm saying? But then we have, the African Studies Department should not be the liaison that we go to and express our complaints. Come and tell you, Dr. Hood, he already told me today, and I've talked to him about it, is that the African Studies Department is not for that. He's not our voice. He is not our voice. He said he's not our voice, and it's true. They are a study department. They deal with education. Now, just like every school, what does every school have? They have a minority affairs department. You know what it does? It looks over what the administration is doing to minority students. The African Studies Department does not do that, and they shouldn't have to do that. That's what we need. We need a program just like Hofstra, just like Stony Brook, just like Nassau, just like all of those schools have. A minority affairs department that looks over minority affairs in different schools, in different parts of the administration. That's what we need. Now, as far as the African Studies Department, that's another issue. But that is so long, I don't even want to go into it, because I want to go home and go to sleep. Excuse me,
a lot of people don't know about the African Studies Department or don't go to it because they don't help us in any way. But besides that, it's not a lot of our fault that we don't know about it, because the other day, I'm a psych major and I wanted to minor in African American studies, and I got just about all the classes I need. But when I went, mind you, there are only like 6 classes. Anyway, when I went to look in the course description book, which you can get in admission level 1, when you turn to, I think it's page 70 something, 77, something like that, they have where the listings with majors, and the first one is African American Studies and Anthropology. Then when you flip the page to look up, to read the course descriptions, there's nothing on African American Studies. How the hell are you supposed to take up? How the hell are you supposed to take up a class if you don't know what the class is about? Mind you, they have, it's like the program doesn't exist. If you look in the course description book, there is not one class where you could find out what it is about in that book. And is that a typographic error or something? They deleted the whole minority little program. It goes from the table of contents to
Miss Hinder Roland or whatever is teaching it. I would never take that class now because it has nothing to do about race or whatever, but I wouldn't take it because she's white and she can't relate to me. And Miss Hinder's, what's her name? Miss Barnes gonna tell me, oh, they sent flyers out in the ads in the New York Times looking for black teachers and there was none. I know if she had told me that, Adelphi don't have funds to pay this for people to come and teach here, I would have been satisfied. But don't tell me that they looked for black teachers and there was none. And another thing, if we rally or whatever we rally, I think we got to get rid of the security system here on campus. Yeah. The ones for the party, because they are very rude and prejudiced. And I think they have to stay.
Let's just respond to just the common fact that people tell their friends.
We want a date, we want a time where we can have a forum. No preparation whatsoever. We don't want them to come in there and be prepared when we say. You see what I'm saying? We want something black and white. We want them to tell us what's going on with these problems that we have. Any problem you have, we should have a forum in the UC ballroom where you can say whatever you want and ask any question that you want to the president. And from there, whatever we get, and if we want to change something from there, and we don't get that change, and they don't adhere to what we're saying, then we will have to do something else. Okay? So right now we're waiting for them to speak to the president.
Yeah, that's the one. This is my majority.
Also would like y'all to know that what they're doing is a violation of all of our rights. They are keeping us out of this building when they do not have a right to do this. They just said leave this open for students to go through. Are we not students? Say right to camera, my brothers.
Go to the door, yo. That's the one we not That's a real baby.
Anybody have the time out here? In 10 minutes, if we don't have an answer, we're going to go in this building one by one. We have that right.
Okay.
All right? We're going in one by one. I'll be first. Anybody can follow. We can do that.
Okay.
I can walk in the president's office, not in his office, but in that general office. And sit down. We have a right. 10 minutes. Dr. Ryan's or nobody. If they're not here, we're going to walk in one by one. We have the right to do that. If they don't, we are all going to put our money together and sue this university. Because they cannot prevent us from going in.
Probably like, hey. You know what I'm saying? Be smart though. No, it's not right there. Catch him up top. Catch him up top. It'll get on it. She's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Every day.
I'm going to ask once more, how many people in here have a class.
Which
Get it on the camera. Get it on the camera. So they don't want us to go in point blank, but we have a class also. So if we don't go to class, then there's another problem also.
Oh my God.
If we go in through financial aid, we have to still go through those doors, and they're there.
Don't pull the alarm. Do not pull the alarm. Don't pull the alarm. Call the fire department, call the news, and tell them why we're out there.
Somebody is going to call Channel 12.
Richard, you had a whole list.
Somebody's going to call Channel 12.
Call Channel 12. Wickedness news. We all try to stand with us. They would love to play with you. I couldn't believe you wouldn't gonna let me pass. Me? I'm like, excuse me?
The president right now at this time, I've been told by Dean Crawford, that the president is dictating a letter into the word processor so that they can give us a letter, a legit letter in black and white, saying that when and where we're going to have this forum. Or he does not know what the letter says.
Also, to know the seriousness of getting the president, he said dictated. You see what I'm saying? Dictated. It is the president who's dictating this letter through the process.
We want him to
We want the president. Who do we want? The president! What do we want? When do we want it?
We want the president!
Rain or shine.
Why with the rain? Right here. Hey, come with the rat.
Let us hold ourselves, please.
Can you hold the cup?
By the label of this society as minority.
We had a majority.
No, I'm just saying this is the part of my country. So you're feeling it.
Excuse me. But there are one.
Hold the fire department, please.
So I just went to call.
Chill. Can y'all feel this, please?
Wait a minute.
Being blocked, right?
Let's keep like this, please.
I think it's because you took all this shit.
I just want y'all to know that they are not letting us in this building at all. They have every door on that floor locked. Why? We cannot get in this building.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to go pay my bill. They're going to let you in back.
All right, I just met with President Diamandopoulos. He has agreed to meet with the delegation of Latino and Black student leaders Monday. I'm going to tell you exactly what the president said. He's glad to meet with the delegation in his offices Monday. He will not meet. I'm telling you what our response is. It's not, I'll be glad to talk and answer questions. He has been meeting with students effectively since 1985 when he came. He has confidence that the student leadership here, represented here, can articulate your needs, your concerns to him. And I'm sorry. I will tell you.
I was asked to lead this, and I cannot speak for everybody else. Of course not. I cannot go in there. Nobody at the Latino club representative cannot speak for all those Latinos in that club. Nobody in APO, nobody in the Caribbean club can speak for them. The students here want to voice their question to the president. Well, we do not want.
I'm going to say one thing to me. I represent the president of the student body. If there are concerns, I'd be glad to meet in the forum, but no one came to me to invite me to be in the forum. That's a good thing.
As I remember fall night when we had the rally or demonstration in the UC. Harry, you were there. Wasn't not said that we wanted to speak about the core curriculum, about the situations that were facing the supposed quote-unquote minority community. What was done, we all got brought into a room. Fine. We got everything signed on paper, And it's like, it's in a sense, the runaround that we've been getting from the administration and the system of Adelphi University, as well from society, that we get the runaround. Okay, now is the time. This is my third year at Adelphi University. I am still getting the runaround. I am paying the same amount of money that every student is paying here, whether it comes in through financial aid, whether it comes through my parents or whomever or whatever. I am paying money. There's money going through and going into the pocket.
Who do we want? When? Now! That's all we want, Dean Ryan.
Even though I got 2 hearing aids, I can hear you loud and clear. I am telling you that Dr. Diamandopoulos will meet with you in good faith.
Are there any individual students who want to go individually and represent all these people? No! Can we do that?
No! Well, I will tell you something else. He is not, nor am I. I will be glad to meet with any number of students. It's not the president's way to meet. It's not a question of being afraid. If there are real concerns and real issues. This is a university. This is a university. It's not an athletic event. This is a university. Conduct business in the university in an appropriate manner. You came to me. You came to me when you said we want an immediate meeting with the president.
Within 2 came to the president. They locked us out of this building.
I'm not responsible.
They locked the doors. You're not responsible for the
locking doors. No, I am not responsible. And I don't like that aspersion that I've ever blocked any student out of anything here. I do.
They locked the door on us.
Well, I'm sorry for that.
You are supposed to be the dean of these students,
and I am telling you what the president just said to me, and you have a copy of his letter. He will not wait 3 weeks. He does not wait 2 weeks. He will see you Monday afternoon.
Where's that letter?
I just handed it to you.
Read out loud.
Read it out loud.
Plain and simple. If you're willing to meet with the students, and you say the president is so vehemently willing to meet with the students,
Right.
Logically, instead of having someone else delegate who the leaders are, why is it not, since he wants to use it, why would they simply take it to university?
Because the president has other university business.
In the same amount of time. Why don't the president, just like he made up this letter and let's meet Monday, why don't he put on black and white that he would have a forum with all the Latino and black students here Monday at a certain time? If he can meet with 7 students, he can meet in the UC ballroom, Dean Ryan, with all of
Lawrence, I'm telling you right now that if you wish, right here, Wednesday, let me just say, respond to that point. If you wish to meet with this president, not 3 weeks from now, not 2 weeks from now, but in 1 week to present real concerns in an intelligent way, then come and accept this offer.
No compromise, Joe. No compromise.
Hold on. Excuse me. Do not undermine this call. We do have intelligent concerns. I will read the letter, and then you tell me if you want to rip it up.
They're saying they want to meet with student leaders. They say they want to meet with student leaders.
Let him all potential leaders in this crowd here. Let me read the letter. It's to Dean Carl J. Rhines, Vice President of Dean Student Life and Development, from Peter Diamandopoulos, President. And he has this big signature. Subject, forthcoming meeting with minority students. Date, November 11, 1992. As in the past, I am delighted to have an opportunity to meet with members of the African American and Latino students. That's just me. I just met with him for the last year I've been meeting with him.
Me too.
University and student body. I would like to propose a
Read the whole letter.
Latino student communities to discuss issues of concern to both the university and the student body. I would like to propose as a possible meeting date Monday, November the 16th, 1992 at 2 p.m. in my office. When is Monday? I'm sorry, I'm in class. At that time, I would be pleased to meet with a delegation of 6 or 7 student leaders. I also would hope that you would be in attendance. Oh, now he's undermining us again. We're not really serious, but he's hoping. He's hoping. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about. He's hoping that we won't attend. We're serious. Are we not serious? Yeah. All right. Please let me know in advance the names of those students. I don't like this.
Let's run a paper around with every student's name on here.
Those students who will be joining us for these discussions. Out of respect to the president and Dean Rhines, what do you want me to do with this?
I'm going to tell you something. I feel badly. Okay, this is where we're at. Because I know the president's sincere. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue. The president, in a good faith effort, you came here to the rally. You asked to meet with him. Within 3 weeks, he agreed to meet with you in 4 days. You rejected that. Now let me tell you where we're at. This is a university. We are going to function this afternoon. There is business that has to be taken care of. There are students who have to register for classes this coming week. You have to register for classes. There are people and faculty members who have a right to come to their classrooms and teach in this building. I'm going to take 1 second. There will be, let me just tell you the truth. The university will continue to function. You asked for a meeting with the president. The president agreed to meet with 7 leaders. You reject or all 7. Of these people are leaders. Wait. And you've rejected that. Excuse me. These people, you have rejected that. Excuse me. We had a meeting on our terms, and then we're forced to do it on his terms. Wait, it wasn't rejected. A proposal was made, and the proposal was changed around. Now we must adjust to the change around proposal. I'm telling you, there's a hierarchical order, but you can't say that we rejected the meeting because that wasn't the meeting we wanted. The president would be pleased. The president would be pleased to meet, and I am always, and I'd be glad to continue this. If you want to go over to the UC and talk among us or whatever. Well, then I'm going to tell you something. The university is going to function this afternoon. Okay, there's not going to be any interruption by this university. And I'm going to tell you, I have appointments with students, and I have a big NCAA tournament coming up, so I am not going to stay here and argue.
Did you just say? I said no. I didn't make a magnitude judgment. No. I said to continue these discussions in the UC. Some students said no, they won't do that. I'm going to go on with my business. If you don't want to meet in the UC, we're not going to conduct business out here in the court.
We have to do things under your terms and we're the ones that are paying your salary.
When do we want them? That's all we want.
And don't forget that we are paying his salary.
We want a meeting with the president. We don't want nobody speaking for the president, just like you want student leaders to come in and speak for them.
That's right.
It cannot happen. You cannot speak for the president.
That's right.
It's impossible. So why it's double standards here? How can you speak for the president and then say, oh, you can do that, and then ask for student leaders to come in and speak for the students? It's impossible. Let the president speak for himself.
First of all, the president is entitled, any college president, anybody is entitled to know what some of the concerns are, so that he can prepare answers, so that he can think about your questions. I'm going to tell you exactly what we want.
He's a major philosophy. His job is to speak and to be responsible.
One person speak at one time. One person.
Without preparation, then that's a problem.
I am telling you, I raised that proposal with the president. The president said he would prefer, he wants to meet as early as Monday.
Why not? Isn't it clear that we'll have exactly what we think of him? I mean, really? We've already been doing that since we got here.
Because we cannot, the answer is, we are not conducting business here. We are yelling at each other.
This is an organized rally. We're not doing anything illegal. The only thing that's illegal is that we can't get in this building.
That's right. And this is our school.
All right? Now he said students, professors, or whatever have to register. We also have to do that.
Right.
So let us in.
I will talk to Randall in 1 second. I am not in charge of this building. Okay, now listen. You want a meeting with you, you're not going to have it.
Listen to me. He said if I want a meeting, you have to speak to everybody.
If you want a meeting to articulate your concerns to our president, not my president, not your president, our president, he has agreed to meet with you early Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He will not meet in this kind of a public forum.
Can you answer why not?
Here.
Yes, can you tell us why not? Coward, that's why.
Excuse me, plain simple. Can you answer why not?
I will tell you right now. The citizens of our university is going to continue today.
Somebody answer why not?
Can I say something? If he can dictate a letter, he could have come out here and spoken to
why don't you come and tell us this? He's the president of the school.
And you don't have to
why can't he come out here and address us as students? Why can't he do that? I see the president walk around doing the student open house. He was walking around. Why can't he just come out and say, this is what I want to meet with student leaders, and then we can talk to them. Now, this is what I have. This is what I will propose. If the president does not want to meet with the students, all the students, I am willing, along with everybody else, we are willing to rally on the day when prospective students are supposed to come here.
Yes, I will.
We are familiar with all the days that the university brings in people, prospective students, prospective professors or whatever. We will rally that day and every day until we speak with the president as a student body, white, black, green, I don't care who you are, and when he comes in there and speak to the students. That's what we want. And when do we want it? Now! Who do we want? That's all we want.
Let me respond mind in this point. As long as I'm dean of student life, nobody will interfere with your constitutional rights to rally and
Here we go again. Contradiction.
One at a time. Your desire for this forum. As far as I know, his answer stands according to the letter which you just ripped up.
Can you answer why he does not want to meet the forum?
You haven't answered that question.
Excuse me, yes, that's a good question. The sister asked a good question.
If we don't accept that, we have nothing. We just have to.
I'm telling you, you come to a rally and you say, you assume that a college president has nothing else going on, no other business.
We are his business. We should be one of his top priorities.
We are why he exists.
We're filling the 1.5 million gap
Excuse me,
that we have in this.
wait a minute, he said rally. He said a rally. He said a rally. Have we mentioned any problems?
No.
What do we want? That's it. That's all we're asking for. We haven't mentioned a problem. We said we want a forum. This is not a rally. This is a gathering of concerned students who want to speak to the president. That's it.
And he still hasn't told us why we cannot
see him. This is what we want. We would like you, Dean Ryan, to go in. Thank you. To go in to the president and tell him that the students are not satisfied with the proposal. We want the president to speak to the students here. We do not want representatives, deans, or whatever. We would like you there at the meeting, but we want the president there as well.
We will not have what you just proposed just now to conduct business out here in the stairs. No, sir. What we want is for the president to address the student body in an orderly fashion, because there is a university center which can accommodate us.
We didn't ask to stand out here like this. They kept us from going into the building that we pay for. And now we can't even get in because they locking the door. Not letting us see.
Why are you not letting us into the building?
I don't know.
Hold on, let's keep this set up. We have a question.
He's the head of security. He should
You just asked me 3 questions.
Hold on, listen.
One at a time, people.
I hear you loud and clear.
No, you don't.
About your request for a forum. And I hear you loud and clear that I understand well that the president has said to me just a few moments ago that is not acceptable to him. Now, he will not meet.
Check that one out.
He will meet with a student delegation. Now, I can go back and ask him. I don't know if I'll have an answer for you this afternoon. I don't know whether we can get a room. I don't know if he will. Well, I know.
We're not going to meet him. We'll meet with him at the lawn.
Permission. I don't know. I just broke in on one meeting, and I may not be able to see the rest of the I will do it in a second. I will find out. May I speak?
Let him finish.
Shut him
down. Ask him a question. Let him finish.
I'd be glad to go back to the president and tell him.
No, we won't.
Hey, let the man finish. You ask him a question. Let him finish.
Listen very good. I will ask him whether he will reconsider to address a forum of all the students, not just minority and Afro-American students, but all students. Okay? All students. All students. Okay?
But I'm concerned with all students and Latino.
No, but all students.
That's what we when we had our meeting last night.
All students are not as bad as these. Let them know
But
you.
the concerns
You can make it. You can.
That was white and black. I would not be having these problems
As long as we have the floor.
I will ask him, okay? And I will try to get back to you in the next day or two with an answer.
Excuse me. We're gonna allow Dean Ryan to go in to see if the president will reconsider what he said. Okay, hold on. Then we're gonna disperse and go in every interest in this building because we can do that.
on 5. We're not an easy crowd.
Well, why you discuss the problem? Why doesn't he go inside and
We're all due respect. Everything.
Everything is representation 1.5.
We have already said what we want. We want Dean Wines, am I correct, to go in there and speak to the president and see if he's going to reconsider what he has to say. If not, then we're going to go to the building like we usually do, the normal routine, and go to classes. Am I correct?
Yes.
Do we all know what we are going to do?
Yes.
Okay then. Could you speak to the president?
How long do we have before we can go to class?
Beg your pardon?
How long is this going to take?
Because it's not functioning. We're not functioning.
How long
is it? Hold up, he didn't hear. How long is it going to take before these students can go into this building and go to the class that they paid for?
Lawrence, Brown, and everybody else here, you may go into this building now. If you have a class in political science, you have a class in the history department, if you have a class in philosophy, you are free to enter this building now and go to class. If you have legitimate business in this building, to go to the registrar, to go to alumni affairs, to go to student accounts, you are free to go into this building.
How many people have classes need to get things done in this building?
Let us keep in order, please. Let us keep in order.
We're all here to make an appointment with the president.
That's exactly what we're all here to do.
You gotta give me some of them pips and some cards.
Don't forget to get me. I'm the back of my head.
It's okay. Everybody's got legitimate business.
What happened?
Well, we asked what was the form. They locked the door at the
So now, is that your class?
We're not going to
Listen to me. If any doctor, right, would say yes to speaking to these two strong brothers here, right? Listen to me first. We're doing nothing out here behind the door. Listen to me now. We know we want to form and all that. That's what they're going inside. Inside to talk.
Can they take the camera?
Listen to me. Telling somebody to go in there and tell them that. Who said he's going to tell them anything? We need somebody behind the doors.
Anyway, those two strong brothers can go in here and speak to them and come on here and say to us.
That's right.
Listen to me. Sister, I think let's split it up. It's up to me to don't be wrong. Listen to me now. If he can agree to allow two people right this second, we need somebody in there now.
No.
Listen to me.
Don't call him inside. Don't call him inside. Speak to him right here. Come on, Tommy.
Listen to me, please. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Because behind these two doors is not doing this thing. We want somebody here who can one of them. Dean Crapper here? Dean Crapper back there?
Who's got the camera? Let us keep in order, please. Let us keep in order. Time is of essence right now, and patience is a virtue.
Go up there, wait for the camera.
You see what I'm saying? It's to sustain us, but not to really get anything done. Malcolm X said one good thing. He said, if you stick a knife in someone's back, 9 inches in, and pull it out 3 inches, Does that mean progress?
Sure don't.
Doesn't mean anything. It's just a change from 9 inches
pull it out
to 6
either.
inches. We want the right now completely. We want the president to meet with us. Okay, that's all we want. That's what we want now. We discuss the issues with the president. Okay, and then after that, if we feel he's not adhering to what we want, then that's when we rally again on open house on days that it makes a difference to the university.
That's right.
Bring the papers on, because I would tell the newspapers that they neglected to allow us in the building. Excuse me, they neglected to allow us in the building. Now they have allowed us in the building. Now we can't roam freely because the president's been locked up in these 2 doors.
Don't block the stairways, please. Don't block the entrance. Don't give them a chance to start dogging.
Don't do anything that they can. First of all, they ain't dogging nobody. They don't have no right to touch anybody here. All right? If you do everything within the policy of this administration, they have no right. We can sit here all day. We sit here until it closes. We have to do that. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll come back.
When it comes to being intellectuals, that's different. Put a black person in the whole team of forget it. They're all behind us, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, thank you. I'm more than sure.
I think you all should be.
What are we waiting for?
We have if we have a video that they have to do, do we have Lawson?
Yes.
Is there a security guard here?
Yes, there was.
As long as the security guard has
And guess who they put at the door to block us out? Oh, it's big. It's the face. This is.
It says as follows. No students, faculty member, staff member, but visitor, licensee, or invitee shall engage in activity on the campus. Shall engage in activity on campus so as to injure persons, damage property, obstruct, disrupt.
Who we obstructed?
Let him talk. Obstruct, disrupt, forcibly interfere with the regular conduct of the university's functions and business. Typical examples of activities which are prohibited by this code are unauthorized congregating or assembling within or adjacent to any of the university's buildings. Creation of
I'm speaking President Demo.
Rosie, can you show the doors locked, please?
You have space in your tape?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You need to film the whole process, whatever. The whole.
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
There we go.
There's teachers in there and everything. Is it in the newspaper?
You have to get the thing on there. Okay.
It's a private meeting, but no resident is. That's the question. And we can stay out here.
Everything that's going to bring results, man. Well, bash your windows. it's just gonna raise our tuition.
Word up.
Right. No, it ain't, because half the people, they gonna spot out on it. They gonna never go, but I keep them going. See, I need a number in the school. The number is
Why's that guy trying to hide? He's trying to hide.
Walk up the stairs in front of him.
I got him.
Yeah. Right in his mouth. Like, I put the camera in his mouth, put the mic on, like, and why are we not allowed in here?
Why they allowed to send him? Anyways. Why they allowed to send him anyways?
Some white saying that we want the president now. We want a date. We want a time where we can have a forum. No preparation whatsoever. We don't want him to come in there and be prepared what to say. You see what I'm saying? That's deceitful. We want something in black and white. And we want him to tell us what's going on with these problems that we have to say. Any problems you have, we should have a forum in the UC ballroom, and you can say whatever you want and ask any question that you want to the president. And from there, whatever we get, and if we want to change something from there, and we don't get that change, and they don't adhere to what we're saying, then we will have to do something else. Okay? So right now we're waiting. We're waiting for them to speak to the president.
He's taking the back. Locking the door. You know, Rodney King got off fucking. What are they doing? I'm changing the locks. No.
Also would like y'all to know that what they're doing is a violation of all of our rights. They are keeping us out of this building when they do not have a right to do that.
Yeah, let them see.
That was deep. Yo, LB, take the camera. Please. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be the first. So my advisor's in here. I can go see my advisor. Even if he wasn't in here, as a student, how dare someone not allow me in a hall of learning?
There you go.
No matter what it be for.
You can't hold it. Turn that camera on.
Yeah, I can, but it's all disrespect of our rights. Come in your face until you can.
5 minutes of wasting an education. That's 5 minutes of my learning. Wait, one person can't build up. We'll walk one at a time, once every minute. Take that.
What's taking so long? Because now I'm saying 5 minutes. You want opportunity crap?
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah. We going in. Telling you where to go.
Why does that take something like this for us to be heard or to be serviced to? I mean, if
anybody have the time out here?
Yes.
1:30. In 10 minutes, if we don't have an answer, we're going to go in this building one by one. We have that right. All right? We're going in one by one. I'll be first. Anybody can follow. We can do that. I can walk in the president's office, not in his office, but in that general office, and sit down if I want.
Dr. Ryan's be out in a few minutes.
Okay. We have it right. 10 minutes. Dr. Ryan's or nobody. If they're not here, we're going to walk in one by one. We have the right to do that. If they don't, we are all going to pull our money together and sue this university.
Yes, we are. Right. Yes, we are.
Because they cannot prevent us from going in there.
There you go.
The camera. Shut up.
Turn that camera on.
Don't put me on camera.
You see Rodney King.
Wave.
Yo, let's sit down.
He keeps looking at me. Wave. I know. Good time.
All right. Oh no, just for a weekend. Yeah. Sorry about that. You better run and get it.
Yeah.
Bus is $25. You come here, Gina. Well, this is a shame. We pay money, you can't walk. Each and every one of you withdraw. How much money is that? That's a whole lot of money. That's not the way. They're going to get 2 cents. It's only us here. That hurts. I wonder if it'll still stand. It'll still be. I wonder if the building burn down. All our money is going to the tree. You're just taking one. My mother's going to call you, though. She will tabs. I got to go to work.
Where y'all going?
Fucking mass exodus. Mass exodus.
A lot of people back there don't even have any clue what's going on up here.
They don't. They just see a lot of black people.
They're like, oh my God, I can't pass through there. Crazy shit. No shit there. Detour and go around. No, sir.
We're not here to react. We're here to
Yo, bro, we can't fly through that.
we don't want it to be put on 5 weeks from now when some students don't play. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a reactionary person. We're asking and then react. You see what I'm saying? I want to do things to initiate it and the president say, okay, this is serious. Let's do this. If I was to ask him, he'd give me 3-4 weeks. By that time, the students would be gone. And then if he doesn't do it, and he's still representative, then we won't have to rally. And that's ridiculous. Why not rally now? Then he knows we're serious and get what we want. That's right. What's the countdown?
Yep, it's 5 minutes to go.
6 minutes.
Well, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, goddamn, it's minutes. Ow.
I'm your on the spot reporter.
We're live at 5. She's so Coming in from Adelphi University, all out black minorities, quote unquote. We're here to be serious.
Richard!
Everybody gonna turn on
Richard! I'm going to ask once more, how many people in here have a class?
It doesn't matter if you have a class. Having a class is
Just get it on the camera. Just get it on the camera.
Having a class, first of all, is nothing to do with it.
We have a class. So they don't want us to go in point blank, but we have a class also. So if we don't go to class, then there's another problem also.
Money waste.
They're taking our money.
They're feeding grass without money. Thank you.
You don't stop. There's another exit. It's no fire hazard. When there's an exit that way and there's an exit that way. That's why they're trying to push me around.
Why stay I'm hiding in the crowd?
We have 4 minutes, guys.
What time is it? 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
No, we're going in this exit.
You can go around the other side too.
No, fuck it. Why?
You'll lead us up.
Why though? Why?
Raj pun me.
No, we gonna go in this way.
Yes.
But if we go in through financial aid, we have to still go through those doors, and they're there.
Go meet me on the other side. I'll take a number.
No, we should be able to go to this. No, it's
the teachers and all that. No problem.
Detour. I'm not making one.
Pull the door. Open the door. Get the camera here.
Pull the door. It's locked. Go get a white person. They're gonna let them get in.
Go on the other side. Go on the other side.
They did. All right, 1 minute. No, we can't get in. You go. A few is 1 minute.
We gave you a few.
We gave you a few minutes. Now it's 10 minutes already.
President's here.
Right now. He's here. Where is he? Why is it?
Double grant.
We don't have that much time.
No, it's time. It is time, yo.
It's time. Can I go through, please?
It's time. Oh, you gonna stop and take that? He said no. Say that again.
I do not have the right to go through there.
He said no.
Why not?
He said I do not
Why
have.
not?
I got class.
Bastion, I'm asking you to cooperate.
I'm asking, why don't I have the right? Why don't I have the right to go through there?
Where's the white people
That's
though?
my question. Why don't I have the right to go through there?
Well, there are no questions on this floor, but you go around and you have
Wrong
an
answer. No, I go through this. I do. I go through this all the time.
Just cooperate with me. Give me a few more minutes.
No.
I'm the guy in the middle right now.
Coming. Oh, see, but okay.
Dictating an answer.
Wow, it's a shame that you making me. What do you say?
Ladies and gentlemen, the president right now at this time, I've been told by Dean Crawford, that the president is dictating a letter into the word processor so that they can give us a letter, a legit letter in black and white, saying that when and where we're going to have this forum.
I don't know what the letter says.
Or he does not know what the letter says.
Oh, it needs to be signed.
Also, to know the seriousness of getting the president, he said dictating. You see what I'm saying? Dictating. It is the president who's dictating this letter through the process.
President and Dr. Rhines.
We want the president. Who do we want?
The president.
What do we want?
A forum.
When do we want it?
Now. We want the president.
Do it now.
Right now. Me too. Excuse me.
Representation of all the minorities on
Rain or
campus.
shine, we're not made of paper.
That's right. You know.
Let us hold ourselves, please.
Can you call me?
I already have one already. Man, I'm all right.
Can we sit in the lobby?
Can we sit in the lobby? We can't even get in the damn door.
Stage already.
It's not a joke.
Sorry to say.
The president should be here getting wet with us. He's made out of paper.
As a black student, I like to enter the building. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all brothers say, but...
Go ahead.
Into the building, brother.
Go ahead. Let him in.
It's
Let him
raining
in.
out here, man.
You can't let him.
I don't know.
Let him in. See, it's locked. Let him. It's locked. It's locked. Why is it locked?
It's locked.
Wait, one at a time.
Let him go. Next person.
Hey, hold the door.
Come on, again.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yo,
You gotta let us go.
Yo, let's go. Me and you, T. No.
I would like to come in.
They need permission to let you in.
I have the right to come in.
In a minute.
1 minute.
1 minute? No.
We're suing.
Messed up. You can't be messed up.
Whoa, you can
Make him open the door.
50,000 million.
God,
That's so freaking
I
obvious.
have the right to come in. Oh, that was dirty.
Damn, white trash.
Dean Crawford.
You can cause problems now.
What you're seeing right now is the runaround that we've always been receiving since this is my 3rd year. This is my 3rd year. This is the runaround that we have to go through. Okay? This is one of the seriousness that we're talking about that is being neglected to all of us as supposed by the label of this society as minorities.
Which we are.
You say I'm giving you a run?
No. I'm just saying this is the runaround that we get. So you're feeling it.
I understand.
Can we go?
Best I can. Best I can. I'm not walking to your shoes, but I hear you. Okay?
Oh, well, hear us. Oh, he kicked you out? Oh, kick that out.
Yeah.
Put that on tape.
Yeah, y'all believe that every single door in this first floor is locked?
Oh, word.
Call the fire
I think as a
department.
black student body, people should know these things. This is absolute disgrace.
I think you should make an announcement.
Yeah. I'll come out. I'll say it. I don't care. Yeah, hold on.
No, I'm serious.
I'm calling my mother.
Somebody else color can get through this door?
Chill.
Chill, man. Chill.
Can y'all feel the path,
Yo,
please?
just announce that.
Just click
Announce
path.
that.
Yeah, you want me to say it? I'll say it.
Announce it.
Yeah, come here.
Excuse me, mister.
Yeah, I think y'all should know straight up. that every single door on that floor is being locked. I'm saying, brothers going around saying lock the doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
And
Pete!
it's like, yeah.
If he gets through here, then
I don't know what y'all gonna do. But
he gonna tell me we can't come
Let him
through.
know.
Listen to me this.
Security said
Then
all
you
the doors should be
start a lot
closed
of
and
stuff
locked.
up there. See, that's cool.
Should not be racist.
So, Crawford, could you get Dean Crawford? Every door has been locked in this building. We cannot get in this building. What rights do we have to have a lawsuit against this university?
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. There are attorneys here on the staff and faculty you should consult. Dr. Sanchez, Dr. Combs,
Dr. Waters.
Dr. Waters. You should
consult anybody.
Could
you get one of those attorneys out here? Well, at this point now, that's not something at this point. That's not a necessity at this point.
You know, I don't know where they are. They may be in office.
With the president.
I just want y'all to know that they are not letting us in this building at all. They have every door on that floor locked.
Why?
We cannot get in this building.
We're students here.
Listen to me. If any student wants to go in the building, they can go in the building. You have to
We have the right to go in there, but they are not letting us in there.
You want to let LB in right after you.
What up?
So LB know.
First of all, let's clear the path. Let me break out. Let's clear the path.
Here's Dean Ryan.
I know they got everything locked.
Okay. Are you with the reporter? Okay. All right, I've just met with President Demondopoulos, and he has agreed to meet with the delegation of Latino and Black student leaders Monday. I'm going to tell you exactly what the president said. He's glad to meet with the delegation in his offices Monday. He will not meet. He will not. I'm telling you what our response is. He is not. I'll be glad to talk and answer questions. He has been meeting with students effectively since 1985 when he came.
Obviously,
he has
it ain't
confidence that the student leadership here, represented here, can articulate your needs, your concerns to him.
Obvious that hasn't worked.
And
I wouldn't be here.
I'm sorry.
I will tell you.
May I say something? I was asked to lead this, and I cannot speak for everybody out there.
Of course not.
I cannot go in there. Nobody at the Latino club representative cannot speak for all those Latinos in that club. Nobody in APO, nobody in the Career Club can speak to them. The students here want to voice their questions to the president. To the president.
Well, I want to say one thing to me. I represent the president of the student body. If there are concerns, I'd be glad to meet in a forum, but no one came to me to invite me to be in a forum. That's the first thing.
As I remember, Fall 90 when we had the rally or demonstration in the UC. Harriet, you were there. Was it not said that we wanted to speak about the core curriculum, about the situations that were facing the supposed quote-unquote minority community. What was done? We all got brought into a room. Fine. We got everything signed on paper. And it's like, it's in a sense the runaround that we've been getting from the administration and the system of Adelphi University, as well from society, that we get the runaround. Okay, now it's the time. This is my third year at Adelphi University. I am still getting the runaround. I am paying the same amount of money that every student is paying here, whether it comes in through financial aid, whether it comes through my parents, whomever, or whatever. I am paying money. There's money going through and going into the pocket.
Who do we want?
The president!
When? Now! That's all we want, Dean Ryan.
Lawrence, I hear you. Even though I got 2 hearing aids, I can hear you loud and clear. I am telling you that Dr. Demondopoulos will meet with you in good faith.
Are there any individual students who want to go individually and represent all these people?
No!
Can we do that?
No! Well, I will tell you something else. He is not, nor am I. I will be glad to meet with any number of students. It's not the president's way to meet in front. It's not a question of being afraid. If there are real concerns and real issues,
then we should all be invited. Then it should be just by the minority students here with the president.
This is a university.
Yeah, so let's
This is a university. It's not an athletic event. This is a university, and we are going to conduct the business of the university in an appropriate manner. You came to me. You came to me and you said we want an immediate meeting with the president.
I didn't come
Within
to you.
2 weeks.
Came to the president. Right. They locked us out of this building.
I don't
they
know
locked
that.
the door.
Oh, yeah?
You're not responsible for the
locking door. No, I am not responsible.
Who's responsible?
And I don't like that aspersion that I've ever blocked any student out of anything here.
Oh, really? Let's go.
Let's go in. Let's go in. I do.
They locked the door on us.
Well, I'm sorry for that.
You are supposed to be the dean of these students.
And I am. And I am telling you what the president just said to me, and you have a copy of his letter. He will not wait 3 weeks. He does not wait 2 weeks. He will see you Monday afternoon.
Where's that letter?
I just handed it to you.
Let me have that letter.
Excuse me. Listen, it's plain and simple. If you're willing to meet with the students, and you say the president is so vehemently willing to meet with the students, logically, instead of having someone else delegate who the leaders of any group are, why is it not, since he wants to meet with and you do, why don't we just simply take it to University Center?
Because the president has other university business.
In the same amount of time.
So Monday.
Why don't the president? Why don't the president, just like he made up this letter and let's meet Monday? Why don't he put on black and white that he would have a forum with all the Latino and black students here Monday at a certain time? Because if he can meet with 7 students, he can meet in the UC ballroom. Dean Ryan, with all of these
Lawrence,
students.
I'm telling you right now that if you wish, wait a second. Let me just say, respond to that point. If you wish to meet with this president, not 3 weeks from now, not 2 weeks from now, but in 1 week to present real concerns in an intelligent way,
We are bringing up real
then
concerns.
come and accept this offer.
We are all delegates.
We're all delegates.
How's he going to limit I'm not a delegate? Hold up. Excuse me, Dean Ryan. Do not undermine the students. We do have intelligent concerns. Any concerns of the students? I'm going to read the letter, and then you tell me if you want to rip it up. Hold this.
They're saying they want to meet with student leaders. They say they want to meet with student leaders.
Let them read it. All potential leaders in this crowd here. Let me read the letter. It's to Dean Carl J. Rhines, Vice President of Dean Student Life and Development, from Peter DiMinopoulos, President. He has this big signature. Subject, forthcoming meeting with minority students. Date, November 11, 1992. As in the past, I am delighted to have an opportunity to meet with members of the African American and Latino students. That's just me. I just met with him for the last year I've been meeting with him.
Me too.
University and student body. I would like to propose a
Read the whole letter.
Latino student communities to discuss issues of concern to both the university and the student body. I would like to propose as a possible meeting date Monday, November the 16th, 1992 at 2 p.m. in my office. When is Monday? I'm sorry, I'm in class. At that time, I would be pleased to meet with a delegation of 6 or 7 student leaders.
6 or 7. No.
I also would hope that you would be in attendance. Oh, now he's undermining us again. We're not really serious, but he's hoping. He's hoping. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about. He's hoping that we won't attend. We're serious. Are we not serious?
Yes.
All right. Please let me know in advance the names of those students. This is like this.
Let's run a paper around with every student.
Those students who will be joining us for these discussions. Out of respect to the president and Dean Rhines, what do you want me to do with this? Lawrence?
Well, Lawrence, I'm going to tell you something. I feel badly, okay, that this is where we're at, because I know the president's sincere, and I know. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue. President, in a good faith effort, you came here, the rally, you asked to meet with him. Within 3 weeks, he agreed to meet with you in 4 days. You've rejected that. Now let me tell you where we're at. This is a university. We are going to function this afternoon. There's business that has to be taken care of. There's students who have to register for classes this coming week.
We do. We have
to register for classes.
Yes, we do.
There are people and faculty members who have a right to come to their classrooms and teach in this building.
Let us end.
We're the students they teach. I am going to take 1 second. There will be, let me just tell you the truth. The university will continue to function. You asked for a meeting with the president. The president agreed to meet with 7 leaders. 6 or 7.
All of these people are leaders.
Wait. And you've rejected that.
Wait a second. You have rejected that.
You have rejected that.
Yeah. We have rejected.
You have rejected.
Listen, Dean Ryan, the history of every student
was made and the proposal was changed around. Now we must adjust to the change around proposal.
I'm telling you, there's a hierarchical arrangement.
But you can't say that we. I can tell you we don't see
the president would be pleased. The president would be pleased to meet, and I am always, and I'd be glad to continue this. If you want to go over to the UC and talk among us or whatever.
We want to see the president.
I'm going to tell you something. The university is going to function this afternoon, okay? There's not going to be any interruption with the business university.
So let us go.
And I'm going to tell you, I have appointments with students, and I have a big NCAA tournament coming up, so I am not going to stay here and argue.
Well, we want to see the president anyway.
No. Excuse me, hold up. Excuse me. Dean Rhines, what did you just say?
You said
I said no. I didn't make a value judgment. No. I said I said I'm pleased to continue these discussions in the UC. Some students said no, they won't do that. I'm going to go on with my business. If you don't want to meet in the UC, we're not going to conduct business out here in the cold hours.
We want to meet in the UC with the president.
Who do we want? The president. When do we want him? Now. That's all we want.
Come on now.
We didn't ask for a meeting with you. We asked for a meeting with the president.
We want a meeting with the president. We don't want nobody speaking for the president. Just like you want student leaders to come in and speak for them. It cannot happen. You cannot speak for the president. It's impossible. So why it's double standards here? How can you speak for the president and then say, oh, you can do that, and then ask for student leaders to come in and speak for the students? It's impossible. Let the president speak for himself.
First of all, the president is entitled, any college president, anybody's entitled to know what some of the concerns are, so that he can prepare answers, so that he can think about your questions.
Yeah, write down.
You're gonna, and I'm gonna tell you something. I can't hear you.
To one person speak at one time. One person.
The only question we're asking right now is a forum with him, all of us and him.
I'm telling you, I raised that proposal with the president.
So let him tell us.
The president said he would prefer, he wants to meet as early as Monday. He will not meet the forum.
Not about what he prefers. It is not about what he prefers.
What's the difference between meeting with 7 and 17 all of us?
Because we cannot, the answer is...
There's not 7 people out here. There's a whole lot more than 7.
You're yelling at each other. If you want to accomplish anything...
You know what he's trying to do?
Excuse me. Unorganized.
Yes, we are unorganized.
We're very organized.
This is an organized rally.
Thank you. No.
We're not doing anything illegal. The only thing that's illegal is that you can't get in this building. That's the only illegal thing in here. All right? Now he said students, professors, or whatever have to register. We also have to do that.
So let's go.
So let us in.
Let's go.
I will talk to Randall in 1 second. I want to understand. Randall, I am not in charge of this building. Okay, now why are you blocking the way? You want a meeting with Peter? You're not going to have it.
Talk to all of us. Listen to me, dude. You're not going to. He's saying if I want a meeting, you have to speak to everybody.
If you want a meeting to articulate your concerns to our president, not my president, not your president, our president, he has agreed to meet with you early Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
We're
going in circles. We're not going to have, he will not meet in this kind of a public forum on steps here.
Not on steps.
No, we have a UC.
If he had time.
I will tell you right now that the business of our university is going to continue today.
We reiterated that enough
You
times.
push it aside for other matters.
One at a time.
Listen, just listen, family.
If he can dictate a letter,
He can see us.
he can come downstairs.
He can.
Yeah,
It took
why
him more
does the
time to
president
come
come and
down
tell
and
us
write a
this
letter.
himself?
There you go.
He is the president of this school. Why can't he come out here and address us as students?
Thank you.
Why can't he do that? I seen the president walking around during the student open house. He was walking around. Why can't he just come out and say, this is what I want to meet with student leaders, and then we can talk to him then. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is what I have. This is what I will propose. If the president does not want to meet with the students, all the students, I am willing, along with everybody else, we are willing to rally on the day where prospective students are supposed to come here and look at the university. We are familiar with all the days that the university brings in people, prospective students, prospective professors or whatever. We will rally that day and every day until we speak with the president as a student body, white, black, green, I don't care who you are, is when he comes in there and speak to the students. That's what we want. And when do we want it? Now! Who do we want? The president! That's all we want.
Yeah, you make it harder for yourself. My brother, my friend.
Let me respond to this point.
We got business.
As long as I'm Dean of Student Life, nobody will interfere with your constitutional rights to rally and freedom.
You're doing that right now.
This is here we go again. Contradiction.
Lawrence, you're gonna. I will share with the president your desire for this forum.
So it's either we take that or we have nothing.
Don't dictate it back.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, that's a good question. The sister asked a good question.
If we don't accept that, we have nothing. We just have to.
I'm telling you, you come to. You just asked me 3 questions.
Hold up, listen.
I hear you loud and clear. Just open that.
He said every entrance in this building is open.
Then let us in.
Let's go in every entrance.
We can go in.
Wait. I'm going to simply tell you one thing. I will be glad to go back to the president and tell him.
Wait, hold up. Listen.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be very straight with you.
Listen.
No, you listen good. Listen very good. I will ask him whether he will reconsider to address a forum of all the students, not just minority and Afro-American students, but all students.
That's what it is.
Okay, all students.
You don't have to stress that. I've already said
students.
That.
Okay.
I've already said. But our concern,
right? All
is the
students.
African and Latino.
No,
students.
but all students.
That's what we did. When we had our meeting last night, that was our concern.
Okay, but the concerns
you
you
can
are
make
concerns
it,
other students.
You can dress it up with all students. I don't mind that as long as we have the forum.
I will ask him. Okay, and I will try to.
No joke. That's a job.
The president takes us as a joke.
Standing in the hall, laughing. And that pisses me off. No joke. Because he got our attention, but he doesn't think we're serious. It's like every rally in the past.
No, ain't it? This gonna be different. This gonna be Johnny.
It's a phase.
No, we gonna make it different this time.
7 students as early as this Monday at 2 o'clock. Explain why. And I explained why. The President repeats his earlier position. He will not meet in an open forum to discuss sensitive and important issues to the university. He continues to agree it's not his way of doing business. Furthermore, because we're going over old ground now. Furthermore, respect him and
That is good, because it also means that you
about your own individual choices as to what you want to do at 2:15.
Sounds like a threat to me.
One second. All right? Because they're going with individuals. I'll probably be the first to go. Listen, hold up. What we need to do now is that a few of us should go out and start rallying up white students, all the students that we can get. Do you see them? All right, go to you. We got 25 minutes. Listen. What do y'all want to do? You want to stay here or you want to go to UC? Stay here. I don't mind whatever the university does. I haven't done anything wrong. It's my right to be here and speak to you. That's my right. They can't do anything.
He said he would meet with 6 or 7 leaders. You pick the leaders. Not him.
Ideas to be heard by 6 or 7 people.
Then pick 6 or 7 people at random. And everybody at random.
You can't speak for 500 people. There has to be some kind of dialogue.
What is so secret,
We have
that he cannot speak with the public?
If there are issues of financial aid that people can address that. If it's a question of academic and the core curriculum of the previous speaker, there's a provost and their deans and their faculty at the university can speak to the core curriculum, what's in it, what's not in it. I have heard these arguments that the core curriculum does not speak to the needs of Afro-American students. I have heard that for 3 years, and my response has always been the same. I'm not writing the core. Go talk to the professors of the core curriculum committee. And what happened?
Well, as a matter of fact, I had breakfast with the president, and the president had asked me, what are your views on the core curriculum? So I sat there at the nice breakfast, and I said, well, Mr. President, Mr. Dennison, I feel that the core curriculum is doing something positive for the students, but in that same light, that positive light that it's transmitting a negative light that's neglecting African and Latin Americans and Native Americans just as well, and women, because I know there are professors out there that want to implicate these four topics into the core curriculum. Because first of all, the university starts with this multicultural campus. If you're having a multicultural campus, okay, are you going to suit the needs? Suit the needs does not necessarily mean to have parties, okay? That's one of the aspects. But the main aspect with you paying $18,000 is academics. I am here to learn, okay? And I explained to him why it is important to put those kind of things. One, it will diverse people's mind. If I understand your culture, you understand my culture, we could get along in some way, or at least have respect for one another. Okay? We're not going to change the racism that's been existing since the beginning of time. Okay? What we can do, in a sense, is to dilute the problem in some sort by starting to do something. He does not realize how much money he can get for that too, in a business aspect. He doesn't know how much quota he can fill, if not overflow. Sir, anyhow, the thing that I'm trying to say is that they're neglecting us. They have been neglecting us since I've been here for the past 3 years. When we rallied Fall 90, as you remember, okay, we had spoke about the core curriculum being too Eurocentric. We are not saying that the teachings, that what they're showing us or what's in the curriculum is wrong. We respect that, but we also want to be respected. Time and time again, history has played itself over in neglecting supposed quote-unquote minorities. Sir, the label minority itself means a lesser of two groups. Last time I checked statistics, said 51% makes up of supposed quote-unquote minorities make up the United States. 51 is way greater than 49. Okay? Now, what we need to do, if you have students, you have, I'd say, a good $1 million coming into the school, a good $1 million they cannot waste. They need to meet our needs here, and they have not been met.
Don't let the devil take his stuff. Betsy! Excuse me.
How long did you stay there? 5 years?
Y'all talking in a hole. All they're doing is giving you.
He said starting. Let's starting with your context. So we can't all go giving us a 1960s conversation. So no, but
that shows that he's not in the church because as a representative of the student body, he does not know how to handle himself. As a man, he does not know how to handle himself. As a person, as a man, he should feel the necessity.
And another thing, they can't expel all of us. I know they can't expel us, and if they do, they can't come back.
What would happen? If we would stay in here, they would expel us. They would expel us. They would expel
Nothing's going to get done. I'm without words because we left. We left. I don't know what else to do at this point. Listen, when I say you can't win it in one day, when I say defeat, listen, excuse me. When I say defeat, listen.
We got
The gun just went off, my man. We didn't even finish running the race.
Listen. Hold on. Listen, when I say defeat, I don't mean that it's over.
It's not over.
It's not over. To adhere to our demands.
That's right.
They don't want to compromise with us.
Peaceful demonstration and
They want to make their compromise. Their compromise is, look, if you're not out, you're expelled.
Exactly.
That's not doing anything for us.
They want you to pay for services that they're not providing. Right?
Word them up.
And he won't give a reason why the president won't meet with us.
Who, the black brother? Yeah, he's so good.
It's not over. It's not over.
Yo, we need to get out of those laws. No, but I'm saying for the...
It is. It seriously is. It shows that we are still on the bottom of the pail. It does, seriously. They don't care nothing about us. The president's sitting in his office. Let me just critique everything. Let me just critique from the beginning what has happened here. We come here and rally. They send the boys, the puppets, all right? They come and tell us this is what the president wants. He comes out with this bullshit letter, right? Saying that we were
disregarding us. There's a lot of problems. Many issues that need to be met, and they're neglecting us. And what does it come out? What is it like that they're trying to project? They're trying to project that, okay, yeah, we'll deal with you, but not right now. Okay? They're trying to say that they want 6 or 7 leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, are we not leaders here? I don't see what the problem is.
She can talk just like I am. I'm talking to the students here. She's just as liable as me. Go ahead.
Lawrence, what about our concerns? What about the HEOP and Africa?
Demo doesn't want to hear that.
He doesn't want to hear nothing that concerns us. You know why they don't want to hear us? But you have to show us, Dean Myers. You know how. I'm sorry. Listen, you have to show us on paper that we cannot come back in there.
You don't have everything on paper.
Then how can you do anything?
He's saying that if there's a decision that in this room, which is not normally a room for a large congregation, that you stay... Get them in the mic, he asked you before the class. If you come back in, he'll tell you to do the same thing.
For another half an hour.
I can do that for
We could have said to you, we want you to leave now. With respect to you, we said we want you to leave in a half hour. We could have said we want you to leave immediately. There's nothing in the law that says that once we tell you that what you're doing is unlawful, that you have time to do it.
On that side, everybody actually decided to come back in. At least a few, we lost a few, but they came back in. Amidst the turmoil,
Satisfied him in a second.
Because they represent more of this university. You see what I'm saying? They mean more to the university than us. It don't mean, we don't mean a damn thing to the university, seriously. We're gonna make the university know that we do mean something to you. Talk about it. Who the fuck do you want? Now is the time to get Demo. I don't want nobody else. I don't want Dean Rhines. I don't want none of the boys. I want Demo. Black representatives of this, black representatives of that. It's time for the
money in what you choose. That's another $1 million or whatever you choose to sue for. It's economically unsound. This is a capitalistic society. It's a capitalistic school, and he is not stupid. He is not stupid. He's not gonna lose no money. I'm gonna leave my students if he can't speak because he's going to not no little money
So basically you're stating that everybody has legitimate business but us? How can you sit here and say this? We're students here. We attend this university. You gonna say everybody comes before us? So how come we can't get in? How come we can't see him? We don't have any business? They're having a meeting right now. He let the cameras in before us. They don't even go to this school. They don't pay tuition here. You have no answer, right?
I was supposed to live in room 4 with a girl named Alexander. I met the girl. My RA some meeting downstairs. She gave me the keys. She was like, okay, come upstairs and make sure you're moving. Came upstairs, it was a white girl. I was like, hi. So the RA was saying, this is Aaron. Was saying, well, this is going to be a new roommate, this and that, whatever. So I told the girl, you know, I'm not going to move in this week, I'm going to move in later on that week, on Friday. So I came back to room Monday. Nobody wasn't in the room. She moved out. No shit. 2 weeks later, I'm walking out. The head of residential life, Lady Siegel, has been seeing me for 2 weeks. Never said nothing. Oh, Precious, come in the office for a minute. So yes, you're on probation. Probation for what? Well, Tammy said, she's the RN on 4th floor, said that you made racial slurs to your roommate. He's like, my roommate? I've only seen the girl once, and when I went back, she wasn't there. She's like, oh, because you call her that, this white bitch, you don't want her in your room, this and that, going on and going on.
Excuse me, people. I've been told that the president's agreed to a public forum tomorrow.
The president has to come out and address that to the student body.
Anybody in?
Well, Michael Pella is not with us.
Well, to further information, we'll let the young lady continue.
She's like, if anything happens again, you're kicked out, you can't live on campus. I was like, all right, call my mother. My mother calls her up. Well, you have to speak to the head of residential life. So my mother calls the head of residential life. He tells my mother, the girl was so scared that she not only left she didn't only leave the dorms, but she left the whole school. Left the whole school? Okay. So it's like, so I want to meet. Oh, well, I'm busy. Oh, I'm going on vacation. For like 2 weeks now, into October. I have to do this, I have to do that. She's like, I will put on a permanent vacation. All of a sudden, he has time now. So it was supposed to be Tammy, this girl, Alexandria. If she moved off the campus and moved out of the school, I don't know how they could have possibly got in touch with her. And him and Sally and I. So we came to the meeting, I'm going to the meeting. All of a sudden, Tammy couldn't be there, the head of residential life couldn't be there, and Alexandria, my roommate, couldn't be there. So, my mother didn't come, my stepfather came, so he was talking to her, and she was kissing ass. She was like, okay, I understand, maybe she misunderstood what you said. How could you possibly misunderstand, you white bitch? How could somebody She's like, okay, that came from probation. I'm on probation now. Okay, then I was sitting with these group of girls. One of my friends got slapped in the face by a white girl. Well, I mean, not even slapped, snuffed in the face. She jumped over the Ari and snuffed that in her face. Okay, we end up looking for the girl, right? Found take her on campus. Manager goes tells the Dean's traffic. So we have a meeting now. We told her we did do that on the case maybe, and she stopped us. So we was wanting to press charges. The girl was like, he explained to us, don't press charges. Everything will be okay, you know? All right, we let that alone. Then, all right, we had a lot of problems during the semester. We didn't know we were getting written up for this. I have a file about this thing, things that have happened during my 2 years. Then the last incident, the RA again, Tammy, I don't know what happened. She called one of my friends, I hope Santa Claus is over here something, you bitch. So my friend got fed up, but she was running up the stairs. So she was banging on the door. She was like, Tammy, come outside, because my friend was about to go out with Dozy. She's like, I've had it with you. So Tammy calls now, two what do you call those people?
Residential.
Security. Security coming out. What's going on here? So, we explained it to him, and he was like, and then her boyfriend comes and said, you people. It's like, you don't know, you people just don't know how to carry on. So then he tried to hit my friend now, and he's standing in between the door, and the RA on the third floor, her name is Jessica at the time, closed in the door. Okay, the situation ended. Next thing you know, we have to go on trial. Like, trial for what? No, the head of residential life comes the next month. It was the day before Christmas vacation. What happened? So they explained to her what happened. Everything's okay. When we come back to school now, we have to go on trial. So we was like, we have to get a lawyer and a whole nine, okay? So we was like, we can settle this out of court. She was like, no, we want this on trial. So she had how we said, we're going to kill you, you white bitch. You can't hide. You know where you live. All these things. So we had an attorney. And, we had to have a trial to keep it the same school. And it ended up coming out to be because there were some people big people who, like, trustees or whatever, was there. And, we had to say what happened. And it ended up that she was lying. So we was like, why can't we get these stuff off our record? I mean, they had things about my mom. Why do they go on stuff about my mother? So they was bringing up all this stuff during the trial. And we was like, can we get this off our files? And they was like, no. And half of the incidents never even happened. And when you are written up by an RA, you are supposed to be notified. And we weren't notified of anything. These people are so fucking prejudiced in this school. So fucking prejudiced.
May I just add one comment, okay? To see how people have
I'm saying, when I have spoken to him in the past, no, but I'm saying right now, when he just said he'll meet with us. And did you hear that? No, I didn't hear it. You're the only one that heard this?
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Why can't somebody hear it? But not that I'm saying you lying or anything like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, why can't any of us?
Why can't you all of
us? Well, you know why. Wait. It goes back to the same way. He got to save face. That's why he's not putting it in writing. That's why he's not going to come through the door and say it to all of us. Same reason. He got to save face. He's the president. He can't look like he's buckling under to a bunch of black students. All right? He can do it to one of his peers. Okay, that's okay. All right? Why, Remember also, I was not involved in this. I was going to the faculty meeting. I didn't know what was happening. I had some chance. I came over here to find out what was happening. I was informed what was happening. I went to the man. I knocked at his door. He had a meeting. I disrupted his meeting. I said, you know what is happening in the what called in the lounge. He said, I have some idea of what is happening in the lounge. I said, then what is your response about it? He said, look,
I was sure what the students want. I said, okay, fine. Mormons, what do they want? And he told me, I went back there and told him.
That's a lot.
Okay. And if you was back there and there was students out here making a whole bunch of noise, wouldn't you want to know what it's all about? Wouldn't you just take a step and what's the problem? Hold on, let's answer some questions.
I don't understand how come before, like around 12:30, 1 o'clock, he wrote it that he would meet with 7 of us. Why can't he write that he would meet with 4 of us? What's the difference now? We're not going to rip it. That's what we're going to know. He wrote it before, so he can write it now.
First of all, this is what I feel. I'm going to tell you what I feel right now. That's the demon God police that came right through that door right there and peeked out. Because when he's in a meeting, if he has to excuse himself to go to the bathroom, all he could have said was, sorry students, I'm sorry we have to meet in this way, and gave it to us. Because the reason why he don't want to meet out here, there's cameras out here.
He's afraid.
You see, he don't want us to put him on camera. Wait. And also, getting it in writing is essential because it's a
the reporters were there in the office, and he said, you and your cameras are invited to the meeting tomorrow to hear what I'm going to say.
Good. That's good. You and but we weren't in there to prove it. He has to have respect for us. He has no respect for us in the sense that he didn't come out there. He's sending everybody else in between.
This is the fundamental.
That's not right.
This is the fundamental principle.
He already has.
In my opinion, I'm not going to say what I have. But in terms of all of us being here, we're here because we feel there's a problem. We want to form. We don't know what specific problem. I told you the specific problem, the bigger issue. There may be other bigger issues. All right? Now, we come here. The president said, okay, I'll meet. After about 4 or 5 hours, I'll meet with the students. My word is bond, or whatever he wants to say. All right? I'm not leaving here. Because I feel when I leave here, I'm incomplete. Excuse me. Because what we want from the beginning was something saying that he will meet us at a certain place. I don't care what he told the TV camera. I don't care what he told these people.
All of us.
See what I'm saying? I want to know what he's going to tell us and what he's putting in writing. That is the fundamental principle. That's all. That's what we've been here for. It's to have it in writing that this man will meet us in a meeting. That's all we was. That's what we're running for. He was up first.
We can stay here all night, and I'd love to. You know what I'm saying? We don't do what we want, but our main goal is to get a forum. Am I correct? And I trust my brother, my Capella. And if he ain't here, we have the whole year to cause anything. You know what I'm saying? But listen. But if we're here all night and he don't want to have a forum with us, we ain't gonna have accomplished anything.
Yes, we will.
This is what we want is our forum. Am I correct that that's what we're here for?
We want our forum.
All right then.
To the theater, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. We agreed to discuss the 4 major concerns and all other concerns that any student has about their education or their experience here at this university, both in the classroom and outside. We will not put this in writing.
Why?
We will not put this in writing. We will not respond in this way to this kind of coercive tactic. He is the president of the university, as an educator. He has met many of you know him personally, many of you have studied his class. He gave you his word as his bond. He will be there at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning to discuss all concerns of interest to this group. That's all I have to say at this point about that.
The question remains. All right, because I don't want to sit here and dictate what I feel. I personally do not want to move it. I want it in writing. It's pathetic that we've been standing here for 6 hours just to ask the man to put it in writing. And then he's willing to forcefully take us out of here. Just because his pride, just because this coercive tactic, which is bullcrap. You see what I'm saying? I personally want to do, I wouldn't do it. But look, this is a unit here. And if we all get up and walk, I'm walking with you, but I ain't saying anything myself. You see what I'm saying? We all gotta go, we be there at 11 o'clock. I think it's bullcrap that this man will put his pride between the students here, the minority students. I don't like it at all. I'm not satisfied at all.
Can I say something? I think someone should call I really feel sorry. Did I interrupt somebody?
No, the first part out back, that's where it's gonna go straight to.
I really feel like somebody should call, even though I don't believe in the philosophy of the NAACP, I think they need to be here to speak with that man in there also.
It's done.
On our behalf.
It's done.
NAACP, Legal Aid Society. You called?
I call NAACP and Wilson United.
I think they need to be here.
And what did they say? No one answered the phones. I left a message on every one of them, each chapter, like there's one in Hempstead, there's one in Dennison, there's one in Lufkin.
May I ask one question to Dean Word? Is there a certain time, is there a certain time, dictate the security to forcefully take us out of the room? Is there a specific time? Do we have like to 7 o'clock to say, oh, should we walk out?
I'm not going to answer that question because I'm not the president. Could you answer me? I will tell you this. I want to be very straight. I'll be very clear. This building normally closes. The last class in this building, which is the only legitimate function except for security, is over at 10:05 p.m. And we normally secure and close this building at 10:30 p.m. At that point, this building should be legally closed and it's being open for any reason, except for the security men and women who have their positions in this building. You know that. Many of your students here, there are no classes here, and there's no normal business here after 10:30 p.m.
So at 10:30 p.m.
I'm not going to answer your question. I'm just telling you.
But you're not being upfront.
I'm being very upfront with you. I'm being very upfront with you. I'm very upfront with you. Trying to make it's not easy for me, not easy for you, not easy for the students, not easy for all our colleagues here, the whole university. You asked for a meeting. Excuse me. You asked for a meeting. The President has granted your request. Not Monday, not Friday, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
But not in
Wait, excuse me, Harry.
Listen for a second.
Excuse me. You asked, you said, some student asked whether it's going to be on her personal concern or not support. You've agreed, single topic, concern, legitimate, that can be raised and addressed frankly at that meeting tomorrow morning. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I think that answers your request at 12 noon today, which was for a forum with the President. You came, I walked out there at 12:30 with a letter, respectful letter, that he would meet the delegation. That was not acceptable to you. You said, go back in. We want a forum. We want a forum, a full public forum. The President has granted that request to you. The request at 12:30 has been met, and it's more than just 4 concerns. It's all concerns. Because there's no need for it in writing, because he will be here. Why did you like the first letter? The first letter, because there would be you asked for a letter in writing. We are in a situation where if we are going to move the meeting tonight, it seems to me that the time would be better spent preparing questions. I'm not going to answer your question. I'll tell you this though. I'll get back to you as soon as I know. Okay? I'll get back to you as soon as I know. I will tell you though that any violation of university rules, and Dean Crafter earlier this afternoon read that. I don't have to read it again right now. Any violation after a certain point, subject students, disciplinary actions under the student judicial law. It involves possible violations of New York State law. It involves other possible consequences with due process. So I will not answer your specific question. I will tell you to the specific question of 5 hours ago, will the President meet at a forum at 11 a.m.
But at 10 o'clock we're going to call all the media.
We're inside the university right now. Everybody's upset. Look around. All these kids are going to be in jail tonight. Yep, she's going to be the same kid as Central Booking. That's not a kid. Yep, he's going to be in Central Booking. He's going to be in Central Booking. She's going to be in Central Booking. They're not going to be in Central Booking. That was your bag, man.
Drag us out the way they want us to be dragged out like dogs. It's better for them to do it that way.
Ron's mad because he wants to say
that way we know that we are, well, to them, we are dogs.
Mr. Jefferson, the Protestant chaplain on campus.
I've been hanging in and out all day in the midst of things, just trying to figure out what's going on. I am wholeheartedly behind you in terms of what it is you want to accomplish. I understand you're angry. I understand you have been mistreated. I understand what the issues are that you've been talking about. I've been trying to listen and get a handle as to what your primary concerns are that you want to address to the President. I do have a concern at this point. My concern is, I think you need to take a man at his word. I think when he told you that he's going to be there at 11 o'clock tomorrow, you need to believe that he's going to be there at 11 o'clock tomorrow. And in my opinion, your time would be well used tonight to go into your dorms, go home, get people here with you. Because there are maybe 150 of you, but if you've got an auditorium, that place ought to be filled. Because you are not the only unhappy people on this campus. People are unhappy for various reasons. If you've had the power to get him to give you a forum, I think you need to get people sitting in there to address him. If that man does not show up, if the President does not show up, I think you need to stay here tomorrow night and the next night and do whatever you need to do to get his attention. But I do believe that right now, there are a lot of things you could be doing. I've been trying all day to say, what's the agenda? What do you want? And I'm hearing you want it in writing, you want a meeting. Getting it in writing and getting a meeting, you don't have it in writing, but you've got the meeting. I would like to see, right now I'm supposed to be in a chapel service, okay, over in Woodruff Hall. That building is available. If any of you would like to come with me, I would be curious what your platform is. I'd like to know that you have a number of spokespeople who can get up in front of the President tomorrow and say, we are unhappy because of and be organized about it. I'm not hearing anything really, I'm hearing maybe 2 or 3 articulated things. One has to do with the HEOP program, and the other has to do with...
Because we're not here to discuss... Let me tell her that. We're not here to discuss issues. We came here on one program today, which was not to discuss any issues, but some of the issues came up. We're here to demand, not to ask him, to demand a forum from him. He is getting a lot of money from us, and we are not satisfied with the way how the African American studies and the Latinos, well, African American people on a whole, and the Latinos are treated on this campus. And you can see it, you can see it, you can see it. From my experience, 5 years, this year will make it 6 years of experience with them. I will tell you something. If you do not get anything in writing, it's not valid. I think someone would have told him. He knew. Not because he saw you out there at the library. That's not true. We have informants. Informants.
That's a shame. You know they do them in South Africa? Robert Todd.
We know about them.
You have to be really stupid, you know, to undermine yourself. But there's another issue, you know. Active recruitment of minority faculty. What are they going to say? That minority faculty can't teach as well as white faculty? And if you look at the numbers here, it's horrendous. I mean, you could count the amount of minority faculty with 2 hands or one. And it keeps getting lesser and lesser every year. Are there any other concerns? I mean, I'm sure I'll
I have a concern. I want everyone to hear really clear. This building normally closes in 1 minute. This is the time the building normally closes every day of the year. Last class ended 25 minutes ago. I want to ask this question now. If the building legally closes in 1 minute, and you're not supposed to be here after 10:30, there's no business for students or anybody here, faculty, staff, anybody, will you please leave the building now?
We have to make that decision now.
I'm going to ask you...
You can't say, can I ask that we have not made a decision? That's what we're discussing.
Florence, let me just tell you. You should leave the building. Let me tell you the consequences. Let me tell you the consequences. I want everybody to hear that there are students who are here now who weren't here before, others have come from dinner. Listen up. Every student who entered this university is given a copy of the student handbook. Wait, listen up. This is very important. This is going to affect your futures beyond today, beyond tomorrow. Students who are in this building after 10:30 this evening are in violation of university policies. You're in violation of the compliance statement. Let me just read it. It's only a paragraph. Listen up. Students are expressly expected to comply promptly with any verbal directive from administrative members of the university community who are acting in accordance with their responsibilities as officials of Adelphi University Failure to comply as directed could result in suspension from the university. That's the first statement. Just listen. The second statement is, anyone who remains here after 10:30 p.m. tonight is in violation of the Student Code of Conduct. Let me read the relevant passage for you. Listen up. As members of society, students are expected to abide by the laws that govern our society. Any law, therefore, which a student would be expected to obey off campus is automatically a component of the Adelphi Code of Conduct. Any obstruction of administrative or other university activities and procedures, including a public service function, is prohibited. And finally, what Dean Crawford read you earlier this afternoon, are therefore possibly subject to criminal trespass. Now, these are the rules, but, and here's what's important, I want you to please hear me carefully. I've just come from the President's house. He knows what the rules are. He knows what the New York law says. He also wants an honest and a fair chance at a dialogue with you tomorrow in Olmsted Theater on all the issues which you feel deeply about. Therefore, he has ordered me to suspend any action or discipline any student tonight. There will be no procedures taken suspending students. There will be no calling in of police. There will be no arrest taken here. With one footnote, I'll come to that. And you may remain here peacefully and quietly within this area all night. The meeting will take place at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Dr. Diamandopoulos will be present. I will be present. The provost of the university will be present to hear your concerns and to answer your questions. The only footnote is as follows. Individuals here who are not students of this university, who are not faculty, who are not staff, you must leave because we have no trespassers for security reasons. On this campus, there are no overnight visitors. So we're going to ask people who are not students of this university, who are not faculty and staff in this room, to please leave voluntarily. Secondly, as I said before, there will be no arrest. There will be no disciplinary action taken against any student tonight. On the other hand, we have employees coming into this building, beginning their workday at 6:30 a.m. We are in the middle of registration. Please, may I have your attention? This is very important. There are students who have a right to go to their 8 o'clock class. And therefore, I'm going home.
What guarantee does this community here have that President Diamandopoulos is indeed going to be present tomorrow morning?
The same guarantee, Gloria, that we gave at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I want to say one thing, though. One thing. We've now started this, it's hardly a dialogue, but we started this process about 12 hours ago. To this moment in time, the President has not received a single piece of paper, and students, any student organization represented here, of student concerns and grievances or problems on a single piece of paper. When media call, watch me on Channel 12, you can go see it. When media say, oh, I'm glad I saw you too. When media call and they say, what are your concerns? What are these concerns? We hear different from different people. We hear different things from different people. So I'm going to say...
What type of tape is it? Hyatt or VHS?
I don't know what the fuck it is. I transfer it to VHS.
That's Hyatt. Same. I got some of it, sorry, but I'm going to edit it into one thing, you know? So let me get a copy of that.
Alright, I will.
Not the original, whatever, but...
Who got
Where's the other garbage?